Yes, good evening, good morning. Once again, we are still at the introduction to chemistry. We've been able to define chemistry, and we've said that chemistry deals with the composition, properties, and uses of matter, that it probes into the principles governing the changes that matter undergo. That is all about the introduction to chemistry. Then, another one we shall be discussing about is like as we discussed with you previously, that we are going to show you or to however tell you how science are able to find problems, solve problems, and create a lasting solution to the problems. Like if you look at the board right now, you will see what you written about scientific approach in chemistry. Yeah, how has science been able to find problems, create problems, and what really prompted science to be able to solve most of the problems that we have today. If you look around the corner and basically everything you use around you, you'll find out that mainly it is made of science. Yes, even the food we eat today, it has some significance of scientific approach conscience on it. Then, how was this thing, I mean, how did it generate to the extent that almost everything that we do in life is being affected by, by, by science? And how is it being affected by chemistry? Look at what you have here. First of all, you have what is called observation. And in the other world, we call it a pattern. Observation. Science or chemistry tend to see a situation. Say, take a look at a silicon cellulite, which is called sand. Then, what impact is that sand being able to create? Um, what impact is that sand being able to create? And what could be the usefulness of that sand? That means they have been able to observe the sand, that it is in existence, and besides, it must have an economic value or whatsoever. Then you have what is called the hypothesis. That means you now see the challenge of trying to find out the problem, the importance of that sand, the importance of that sand, it now becomes a hypothesis. That means on trying to know what that sound is able to create in our daily life, or the importance it could create in chemistry in our daily life, then that becomes a problem. It becomes a problem because you see a situation. First of all, you see a situation which is called an observation. Then you begin to see how what we call hypothesis. Then that situation becomes a problem. When that situation becomes a problem, then science now, let's continue with the sand. Science now take that sand into a laboratory. If at all it is something that they will take into a laboratory. Now, they now begin to experiment that sand. What benefits, what if importance could it be? What importance could it be to the society and all, to chemistry or even to science? Yes. How would that son be able to solve one problem or the other? Now they begin to experiment it. Now after experimenting it, maybe they now find out that the sand has some kind of value, maybe in building houses, in forming the glass, and so many other things that the sand can and the sand that the sand can be useful. Then when they now find it now, they now have to do what? They don't have to stop in that area. What they do is they go for what is called a further experiment. Further experiment is they have been able to find a solution. Maybe they have been able to find a solution to that particular problem. Maybe the sand. They have been able to find a solution to it. Then they now want to be 100% assured of what they really find out. That's the reason why they went for further experiment. Then after finding it, they now went into and made an inscription that sand, silicon can be used for glass making, it can be used for building, and besides, the properties that make up that silicon.